The internet went absolutely crazy on Sunday night, and it wasn't solely due to the game. Bad Bunny had just finished an electrifying performance at the Super Bowl L6 halftime show when a video began circulating that left everyone stunned. The footage captured the Puerto Rican star getting into a sleek, high-end car, and right beside him was none other than Kendall Jenner, his ex-girlfriend, and one of the most famous faces in the world. People went wild. Social media lit up. Were they back together? Had they been secretly seeing each other all along? The timing felt too perfect to be a mere coincidence. Bad Bunny had just delivered one of the most talked about performances in Super Bowl history. Kendall was in the audience cheering him on, and now this video appeared showing them leaving together as if nothing had changed. It had all the elements of a major celebrity reunion, the kind that breaks the internet and dominates news for weeks. But here's the unexpected twist that no one anticipated, a detail that makes you question everything you see online. Welcome to Pop Showroom, where we bring you the stories behind the headlines. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button right now because this story goes deeper than anything you've seen in the mainstream media. That video everyone was sharing, the one that had millions of people convinced Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner had rekindled their romance right under our noses, wasn't even from Sunday night. In fact, it wasn't recent at all. The clip is actually 3 years old, recorded way back in April 2023 when the two of them were very much a thing and weren't hiding it from anybody. They had just gone to see Tyler, the Creator, perform, and like any high-profile couple enjoying a night out, they left together in style. Someone filmed it, the clip lived on the internet like thousands of other celebrity moments do, and for years it just sat there, harmless and unremarkable. But the second Bad Bunny stepped off that Super Bowl stage, someone with either a great sense of timing or a real talent for stirring up drama decided to dig that old footage back up and let it loose on the world. And just like that, people ran with it. No one stopped to check the date. No one questioned whether it made sense. Everyone just assumed what they wanted to assume because the story was too good, too juicy, too perfect not to believe. The truth is, Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner have a complicated history, the kind that keeps people guessing and gossip pages busy. They first went public with their relationship in 2023, and when they did, it was a big deal. You had one of the biggest music stars in the world, a guy who had taken reggaeton and Latin trap to heights no one thought possible, linking up with a member of the Kardashian-Jenner empire, a woman whose every move gets dissected by millions. They were photographed together, seen at events, and for a while it seemed like they were solid. But by the end of that same year, things fell apart. The relationship fizzled out, and they went their separate ways. People moved on, or at least they tried to, but then in 2024, something unexpected happened. Bad Bunny and Kendall got back together. It was brief, it was low-key compared to the first time around, but it was real. For a few months, they gave it another shot, but once again, it didn't last. They broke up for a second time, and this time it seemed more final. Since then, both of them have been living their lives, doing their own thing, and publicly at least, they've moved on. But the thing about celebrity exes, especially ones as famous as these two, is that people never really let them move on. Every little interaction gets analyzed, every photograph gets scrutinized, every public appearance becomes a potential clue that maybe, just maybe, there's still something there. And that's exactly what happened when Kendall showed up at the Super Bowl. She wasn't alone either. She brought her sister Kim Kardashian with her, and Kim had her new man, Formula One legend Lewis Hamilton, by her side. It was a full Kardashian-Jenner moment. Cameras everywhere, the whole world watching. And somewhere in that same stadium, Bad Bunny was getting ready to deliver a performance that would have people talking for completely different reasons. When Kendall was spotted in the crowd, the speculation started immediately. Why was she there? Was it just to support the halftime show, or was there something more personal going on? People started connecting dots that might not have even existed, building narratives out of thin air, because that's what happens when you're dealing with people this famous. Then came the performance itself, and oh man, did Bad Bunny put on a show. He didn't just perform, he made a statement. The energy was off the charts, the production was next level, and the numbers don't lie. His halftime performance broke records, pulling in massive viewership and dominating social media trends within minutes. But it also did something else, something that's becoming more and more common in today's world. It divided people. Some loved it, called it groundbreaking, celebrated the fact that a Latin artist was getting this kind of spotlight on one of the biggest stages in American entertainment. Others hated it, said it didn't belong, claimed it wasn't what the Super Bowl halftime show should be. The reactions were extreme on both sides, and the controversy only grew louder as the night went on. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more intense, President Donald Trump jumped into the mix. He didn't hold back either. Taking to social media, Trump absolutely blasted the performance, calling it one of the worst halftime shows ever. He said it made no sense, that it was an insult to the greatness of America, and that it didn't represent the country's standards of success, creativity, or excellence. Those are strong words, the kind that immediately make headlines and fuel even more division. Some people agreed with him, echoing his sentiments and saying the performance missed the mark. Others fired back, defending Bad Bunny and accusing the criticism of being rooted in something deeper, something uglier. It turned into a full-blown cultural moment, the kind where everyone has an opinion and no one's staying quiet about it. Through all of this chaos, the fake video of him and Kendall leaving together kept circulating, adding another layer of confusion to an already messy situation. People were talking about his performance, talking about the presidential criticism, and talking about whether or not he was back with his ex all at the same time. It was a perfect storm of celebrity drama, political controversy, and internet misinformation. And the craziest part? Bad Bunny himself hasn't said a word about any of it. Not about the criticism from Trump, not about the performance backlash, and definitely not about the Kendall Jenner rumors. He stayed completely silent, letting the noise swirl around him while he keeps doing his thing. Kendall hasn't commented either, despite the wild speculation, despite the viral video that wasn't even real, and despite people dissecting every frame of footage from the Super Bowl trying to prove something was going on between them. She's kept her mouth shut. And honestly, that silence might be the smartest move either of them could make right now. Because in situations like this, anything you say just adds fuel to the fire. People are going to believe what they want to believe regardless of what the truth actually is. But here's what we do know for sure. Kendall Jenner was at the Super Bowl. She watched Bad Bunny perform. She was seen enjoying the show, vibing to the music, taking it all in. Does that mean something? Maybe, maybe not. It could mean that despite their romantic history, despite the fact that they've broken up twice now, they're still cool with each other. It could mean they've managed to stay friendly, that there's no bad blood, that they can exist in the same spaces without it being weird or dramatic. That's actually pretty mature if you think about it, especially for two people who live their lives under constant public scrutiny. There was another moment recently that got people talking too. At the 68th Annual Grammy Awards, Bad Bunny was photographed with Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber, who just so happened to be Kendall Jenner's best friends. That picture sparked a whole new wave of reunion rumors. People started asking questions. Why would he be hanging out with her closest friends if they weren't back together? Was this a sign that things were heating up again behind the scenes? Were they keeping it quiet this time around, learning from past mistakes and trying to make it work without the world watching their every move? It's possible. It's also possible that he was just at the Grammys, ran into people he knows, took a picture, and that's literally all there is to it. But when you're dealing with celebrities of this caliber, nothing is ever that simple in the eyes of the public.
The reality is that Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner have been through a lot together, and they've been through a lot apart. Their relationship was always going to be complicated because of who they are, the worlds they come from, and the amount of attention that follows them everywhere. When they were together, people couldn't get enough of them. When they broke up, people wanted to know every detail. And now that they're both moving forward with their lives, people still can't let it go. Every interaction becomes a clue. Every sighting becomes a story. Every old video becomes new again if the timing is right. What happened Sunday night is a perfect example of how fast misinformation spreads and how eager people are to believe a good story even when the facts don't add up. A 3-year-old video got recycled, repackaged, and presented as breaking news, and millions of people bought it without questioning it. That's the world we live in now, where context doesn't matter as much as the narrative, where a clip from the past can create chaos in the present, and where two people who used to date can't even be in the same city without everyone assuming they're back together. Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance will be remembered for a lot of reasons. It'll be remembered for the records it broke, for the controversy it sparked, for the criticism it received from the president, and for the cultural conversation it ignited. But it'll also be remembered for that fake video, for the rumors it caused, and for the reminder that in the age of social media, nothing is ever quite what it seems. And as for Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner, well, only they know what's really going on. The rest of us are just watching from the sidelines, trying to piece together a story that might not even exist. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.